Shortcode Africa is a low-code USSD application design platform that allows you to build and deploy USSD applications in record time. The platform comes with additional tools that allows you to send payment prompts, include value-added services like airtime top-up, bulk SMS, and other payment providers, all from one dashboard. So in this demo, I'm going to log into my Shortcode Africa account. As you can see, I have a few USSD shortcode applications. These are shortcode applications we are managing for some users. So I'm going to create a USSD app. In this demo, I'm going to create a simple USSD app that will create an EcoBank Express account. So it will collect all the information required by the EcoBank Express account API and then just forward the request to the API. So I'm going to call this USSD app EcoBank Express account. We're going to deploy it in Ghana. Shortcode Africa is a multi-country platform, so we are present in other countries as well. So we are going to give the shortcode *920*200#. So we're going to create the app. Now, once we create the app, we are going to design the menus for it. So this is the shortcode we just created. We are going to design the menus for it. So the first thing or the first information required by the Express account API is the full name. So we are going to ask for full name. Mobile number. Gender. Then we are going to ask for 1 for male and then enter 2 for female. We're going to ask for Ghana card ID as identity card. We are going to ask for country of residence. Well, once we are asking for Ghana card ID, automatically we are a Ghanaian. So, but for this demo, let's just say we are asking for country of residence. We are going to ask for email. And I think that's all the information required to open an EcoBank Express account. So now, after collecting all this information, let's say you are going to thank the user for opening an account with us. And that would end the menu. So you check terminate here, means that that's the end of the USSD flow. So now, when we are done designing our menus, we may want to test it out. So we have an emulator on the platform where you can go ahead and test out your USSD that you just designed. So I'm going to dial the USSD we just designed. First thing we ask for was name. The second thing we ask for was mobile. Gender. And a card. Country. Email. that's it for the information that we asked for. So now when we are done with this collecting all this information, we want to forward the information to an API. Now every menu on that we just designed can be attached to an action, or we can add an action to every menu that we just designed. So for the thank you menu, we are going to, before the thank you menu shows, there are two options. Before it shows, we call an API, call an action before the menu shows, and call an action after the menu shows. Now we're going to call an action before the thank you menu, and then we are going to call an REST API. Now the following actions are what can be done. So aside calling a REST API, we can insert JavaScript code, we can insert the data into a database, we can send an SMS, we can send a payment prompt, and other actions as well. Now for this demo, we are just going to call a REST API. So now, because Shortcode Africa is designed to help you build faster, to call a REST API, all you have to do is just click this info button here, and to tell you the available variables that you can send to the REST API. So these are the thank you, the full name, the mobile, the gender that we collected, that we assigned values to. So all you have to do is just copy it and then forward it to our API, and that's the end. We are done. So we save, and that's the end of creating the menus and building the menus for creating an EcoBank Express account. Now, in the next process, we are going to log into our integration dashboard, and then we are going to see in real time as the data from the USSD shortcode comes into our backend, and then call the EcoBank Express account API. So for that, we are now going to see how easy it is to create an EcoBank Express account using our low-code integration platform. So our low-code integration platform allows you to integrate third-party payment providers and value-added service providers. So over here we have eTransact airtime top-up, we have DSTV, we have GoTV, we have airtime data, we have ECG, and we have water bills. We also have integrations with Cellulant, where you can do Cellulant Momo debits, you can do Cellulant DSTV bill payments, you can also do Cellulant airtime. So for example, if you want to integrate eTransact airtime top-up, all you have to do is drag the node onto the platform. You can then connect an HTTP request to it, and then reply with an HTTP response. So we are going to connect an HTTP request to the airtime, and then reply with an HTTP response. Now, when the request comes, we are going to configure the request to go to, for example, API/airtime. Now, as soon as the request hits the HTTP request, to then forward the payload to the airtime node, which will then process the request and reply with the response. Now, for the purposes of this demo, all we are going to do is to create an EcoBank Express account API. So what we are going to do is, we have also integrated the EcoBank Express account API. So we are going to drag the EcoBank Express account API node onto the dashboard, and then we are going to connect it with an HTTP request. So when an HTTP request comes in, we are going to just forward the request to the EcoBank Express account opening node, which we have already configured. Now, the configuration of the EcoBank Express account node is very much easy. We've already done all the code behind it. So to peep through the code behind it, as you can see, this is the code behind it. What it does is it takes the login details of the person of our integration, takes the login details. We've integrated the developer API to take the login details. You to then generate a token, make a token request HTTP, and then when it gets the token response, it's then going to build a payload and make the API call to the final endpoint, and then reply with the response. So basically, we've done all the integrations in the backend. So all you have to do, you drag the node onto the platform, you connect to it, and then the rest is done. Now, to continue with our demo, what we have to do is connect an HTTP response to this EcoBank Express account. Now we are going to configure the URL to be API/express account. So what happens is when a request comes, the request is forwarded to the Express account to do the processing and then just reply with an HTTP response. Now we can just deploy this. Now over here in our USSD low-code platform, we are going to enter the URL to the Express account API, which is integrations, which is this our URL over here. Okay, and then API/express account, which is the endpoint that we are going to call. Now we are going to forward all the requests that we get from the USSD onto the API. So as you can see, that's as we showed earlier, all we have to do is copy all the payload that is generated from the USSD and forward it to the Express account. We don't need a thank you, you can take it out. Okay, so now once we are done, all we have to do is save, and you can then forward the request and then process all Express account requests to the Express account API we just deployed. So next we are going to see that on an actual phone while we are creating an Express account. So over here I'm on my phone. I'm going to dial the shortcode we just designed on my phone, *920*200#. So the first thing we asked for was name. We asked for mobile number. Asked for gender, Ghana card ID. Okay, we asked for country of residence. And we asked for email. Okay, so I think that's it. So that's it for the demo. So the final menu we added was a thank you menu. So that's it for the demo. Sign into Shortcode Africa, sign up, create an account and test it out.